What if the words you hear on the news weren't written by journalists? What if the stories flooding your social media feed weren't organic? What if the anger you feel, the outrage you share, the opinions you believe are your own, were planted there? Planted by professionals, crafted by manipulators, designed to make you think you're free, while you march to someone else's rhythm. Tonight, we open a file most believe was closed. A program called Operation Mockingbird. They told us it ended decades ago. But what if it didn't? What if it never ended at all, just changed shape, merged with new psychological weapons, and slipped into the digital bloodstream of our daily lives? And here's the chilling truth. If you think you're immune, you've already been compromised. Let's rewind. The 1950s, the Cold War, the CIA quietly launches an initiative. Its goal? Control the flow of information. Journalists, editors, even entire newsrooms were co-opted, paid, or threatened. The mission wasn't to report. It was to persuade, to guide public opinion, to make sure the truth was whatever the agency needed it to be. By the 1970s, congressional hearings exposed what came to be known as Operation Mockingbird. The scandal was enormous. We were told the operation was dismantled, shut down, never again. But ask yourself this: do governments ever surrender a weapon that works? Or do they just bury the name, upgrade the tools, and move forward quietly? Fast forward. The Cold War ends. The internet rises. A new battlefield emerges, the human mind, networked, digitized, and vulnerable. Psychological operations, or psyops, once the realm of military influence abroad, now bleed into civilian life. And it's no longer just governments, corporations, activist groups, even wealthy private elites have learned the playbook. They don't need soldiers, they need narratives. They don't need tanks, they need memes. As Chase Hughes warns, psyops today aren't only run by agencies in Washington or Moscow. They're run by outside influencers, people and groups with money, reach, and motives. They want your attention, your loyalty, your outrage, and they'll buy it cheap, using tricks you won't even notice. This is not science fiction. This is happening. Right now. On your phone. Think about the last time you turned on the news. Channel after channel, anchor after anchor. All saying the same words. Not just the same story, but the same phrasing. Almost as if they were reading from a single script. That's not random. That's not coincidence. That's the echo chamber of influence. Now shift to your phone. You wake up, scroll through your feed, and suddenly, everyone's angry about the same thing. A video, a headline, a single sentence taken out of context. And the outrage spreads like wildfire. By lunchtime, hashtags are trending worldwide. By dinner time, people are marching in the streets over something most of them didn't even see firsthand. They only saw what the algorithm wanted them to see. And then there's humor. The meme. A harmless joke, a quick laugh, a share with friends. But look closer. That funny picture has a target. It's designed to mock, to discredit, to divide. The meme isn't just comedy. It's a weapon, small enough to fit in your pocket, powerful enough to shape what millions believe. This is the modern psyop. Not soldiers in the street, not leaflets dropped from airplanes, but repetition, outrage, humor, all engineered to make you feel like the thoughts in your head are yours, when really they were planted. Now ask yourself this: when was the last time you stopped and questioned why you were angry, why you were laughing, why you believed what you saw? Because if you didn't ask, someone else already answered for you. Every good psyop has one central goal: division. Why? Because divided people are easier to influence, easier to control, and far too busy fighting each other to notice who's really pulling the strings. It doesn't matter if the topic is politics, health, race, or even sports. The formula is the same. Create two sides, push them apart, feed both sides just enough outrage to keep them shouting. Here's the chilling part. Psyops don't just manipulate you, they can manipulate people against you. Think about it. An online campaign paints your group, your profession, or even your family as the problem. A rumor spreads. A video is clipped and taken out of context. Suddenly, strangers who know nothing about you are triggered into anger, into fear, even into violence. You may never have been manipulated directly, but someone else was, and now they've been turned against you. That's how psyops destroy not just individuals, but entire communities. Watch your back. Because psyops don't only enter through your screen, they can crawl through the screens of your friends, your coworkers, or even your neighbors, and the next thing you know, you're standing in the crosshairs of someone else's belief. Ask yourself this: how many of the fights you see every day, online and in the real world, are real conflicts? And how many are carefully engineered divisions, staged by people who benefit from the chaos they triggered? How do you know when you're caught in one? The signs aren't always obvious. That's what makes psyops so dangerous. When everyone around you is repeating the same phrase, word for word, watch your back, that's scripting. When someone demands you choose a side immediately, with no room for questions, watch your back, that's division. When humor feels like a weapon, and a meme leaves half the room laughing and the other half seething, watch your back, that's psychological warfare. Remember, psyops don't always target you directly. Sometimes they only need to trigger your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, so that they come for you. If you don't shield yourself, if you don't spot the signs, you won't just be manipulated, you may be marked. A psyop can make your group the villain. It can turn you into the enemy in someone else's story. And once that story takes root, good luck convincing anyone otherwise. That's how reputations are destroyed. That's how movements are crushed. That's how lives are ruined without a single bullet fired. Watch your back. Because sometimes the danger isn't the message itself, it's the people who believe it. You can't stop psyops from happening. They're everywhere. But you can train yourself to see them. And that's the first step in protecting yourself and your family. First, question repetition. If the same story, the same phrase, the same headline keeps showing up across channels, across feeds, across friends, don't take it as truth. Take it as a signal. Someone is pushing it. Ask, who benefits from me believing this? Second, manage your triggers. Outrage, fear, validation, these are the levers. If a post makes your blood boil instantly, stop. If a headline feels too perfect in confirming your beliefs, pause. Psyops feed on your emotions, because when you're triggered, you're not thinking, you're reacting. And reaction is control. Third, create a safety loop. Talk openly with the people closest to you. Share what you're seeing. Teach your kids to question. Build trust within your circle so they don't get weaponized against you. Because here's the danger. Psyops don't just manipulate you. They can manipulate your friends, your coworkers, even your neighbors. And once someone believes you're the enemy, you might find yourself fighting battles you never chose. Fourth, stay in the light. Secrecy is a breeding ground. If someone insists you keep a conversation private or move it to encrypted apps or never tell anyone else, watch your back. Danger prefers the dark. Truth doesn't fear the daylight. This isn't about paranoia, it's about preparation. You can't stop the storm, but you can build shelter before it hits. Picture this. A viral video emerges. 30 seconds, grainy quality, missing context. Within hours, it's everywhere. Half the country believes they witnessed a crime. The other half believes they witnessed a cover-up. Both sides are screaming. Both sides are sure they're right, and no one's asking, who uploaded this clip? That's the anatomy of a psyop. It doesn't just manipulate what you think, it manipulates what people think about you. Watch your back. because when the mob comes, they won't stop to check the facts. So I ask you this. Do you think being soft on psyops, ignoring them, dismissing them, is ruining society? Who really benefits when we're too distracted fighting each other to notice the strings being pulled? Do you feel safe knowing that someone, somewhere, could launch a psyop tomorrow that paints you as the villain? If you want to know how to keep yourself and your family safer from modern-day issues, then like, subscribe, and share these episodes. It motivates us to keep creating and to keep bringing you more of what we weren't told. You've been listening to What We Weren't Told. We are the curious. We don't settle for the headlines. We walk into the shadows and expose what truly hides there. Stay vigilant. Stay safe. Watch your back.